All right, what's going on, guys? As you can see, we're gonna do something to the car today, but I'm dressed like a human being and not a grease monkey. So it's gonna be something that's very, no mess. Last time when I was at the track, I thought the aero mods would help out with the top speed on the Andretti straightaway at Mosport, and unfortunately they didn't. Now, what I did notice after watching an onboard from a friend of mine's FRS, which is modded pretty much the exact same with the difference of one thing, is that he can hit the top speeds that I know this car is capable of that I've seen in the sim. And seeing them in his car as well kind of made me think, no, something's definitely wrong here. Because it's to the point now where I'm flat out through the braking zone just to try and get more top speed, and I can't even crack like 173. Whereas he is into like the 180s. And I reached out to him and I asked him, hey, like, do you have a tune on your car? And he said, yes, I have an OFT Stage 2 tune. And so that finally kind of clicked in my head that after 5 years of having all these mods on the car, I need to address the P word, and that being power. Something that I've never really tinkered with in the past on any of the cars that I've owned, and something that now we're going to be experimenting with. So, what I've got here how I'm going to address the P word is with this. This is the brand new Open Flash Tablet V3. So as you can see, it doesn't look like the ones from the past. Doesn't have a screen. This is a Wi-Fi and Bluetooth transmitter and receiver that directly links with the ECU. And the way you interface with it is through a cell phone app. Now, it sounds kind of idiotic to go out of my way to pay more to get this over a used unmarried V2 or V1, because I did spend almost $500 more than I needed to. But the thing I find cool about it is you can use whatever you want with this to interface, instead of that tiny little business card size screen that comes on the previous versions. So in theory, if I really wanted to, I could buy like a cheap $50, $100 Android tablet and have that mounted somewhere. And then your screen size goes from this to, like, you could have something this big mounted in your dash or somewhere above the dashboard, like mounted to a windshield magnet or a phone magnet or something, and have like all of it accessed, right? They are eventually going to come out with the live data access that has been on previous ones. I've been using a phone app separate of this to log data pre and post tune, so I'll have some overlays for you guys to check out. But I think it's pretty neat that they're still making variants of this, and that this is the future now. So we're going to be showing you the whole process on how this gets set up, and then we're going to go on a little bit of a test drive to show you, like, AFRs, fuel trim, throttle position, load rating. We'll do some acceleration tests. I'm not going to do any launches or digs, so they're not going to be anywhere really close to like what a good 0 to 60 time it would be. I know Motor Trend was able to get 6.3 0 to 60 out of this thing. I don't know how, because everyone else has like 7 seconds to 7.3 seconds as the average. But yeah, I'm going to walk you through it, and hopefully you guys get some sort of kick out of watching me do this. Okay, so this is what comes in the box. Unlike the V1 and the V2 variant, all you get is this box for the tuning programming. It doesn't have a screen because you're going to utilize your phone, so I got this suction cup mount here so I can put my phone right up here and just have it chilling like that with the readout and stuff. So pretty much what we're going to do with this is it's just got like a 20 pin or 40 pin like computer connector, and then the other end goes into your OBD port. So that is right under here. Oh, it always hides. Always hides from me. There it is. And trailed in my tangled mess of self-installed wiring. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this here box and we're gonna plug this in on the back, and then we're gonna plug it into the OBD port. So hang on for that. Okay, so finally found the device, so we're gonna click on that. Now it should be connecting to this little guy. Okay, yeah. And now it's gonna try and connect to Wi-Fi. Oh my goodness. Extra steps. Okay, sorry, I had to type in my Wi-Fi password there. Now it should be satisfied. Yeah, so now it's green, so I think that means we're good to go. And I think it's gonna have to, I'm gonna have to input some stuff here to get it to know what I have done to the vehicle, and more importantly what vehicle I have. Okay, 100%. Don't disconnect the tool. Oh, now it's glowing a bunch of fancy colors. Update. Okay, this is gonna take a while. Hang on. Okay, so now we're at the vehicle selection screen. So we're gonna go up to Scion, gas FRS, 6MT from 2012. And we're gonna make sure that all checks out. Yeah, continue. ECU. Yeah. During. Okay, so it's just like a warning not to have any crap running while you're doing this. Got it. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the car in accessory mode. Oh, no. Okay, and then we're gonna hit ID. We're not gonna turn the car on for any of this because you don't want that. So next. Now it's communicating. Connect to stabilized charger. No. We good. We got good battery. Continue. Okay, now it's glowing red, so I guess that means, okay, ignition off. Okay. Exporting log. I'm not sure what that means, but update date reading error. I wonder what's going on there. Okay, so it's actually the next day. I tried screwing around with this all last night and even this morning. I couldn't get OpenFlash Manager to work for some reason. So I tried plugging it into the car and now it's able to ID. So now we're at this point. I'm going to do reading. We just did the ID process. So next. Okay. Turn the ignition on. Yeah. ID completed successfully. Okay. Proceed with reading. Okay. So now it's going to take a little bit to read the ECU, so we're just going to wait and then I'm going to come back once that's done. Okay, so it's done. We're going to turn the ignition off now. Hit OK. It's glowing green. ECU reading success. Okay. So now what's it going to tell me? I hope it doesn't make me do OpenFlash Manager for the tunes, but somehow I suspect it will. If it doesn't download them through the app here. What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to like read, from what I can understand at least, it's supposed to read like your ECU log to kind of figure out where everything's at in terms of like AFRs and trim and stuff like that, and then on top of like figuring out what kind of car you have, and then it downloads tunes based on that vary depending on what mods you have equipped. Your request is under evaluation. You can now access. Having performed this association, you will no longer be able to cancel it. Do you want to proceed? Yeah. So I guess this is the marrying process. Okay. So now it's married to the car. I don't know where they're going to honeymoon, but, you know, probably on, you know, the back straightaway of Mosport. So now we're going to go to writing. No, I'm pretty sure it's the original. Okay, so we got 4 here. We got stock file, car with stock header. Okay, so we got 4 files here. We got stock file, which is like your base map that is from the factory. You have stage 1 for, you know, stock with 93. Stage 2 V4 aftermarket header, 93 fuel. And then you've got one down here for you hot boys without cats, which we're not going to use, stage 2 plus V4 aftermarket racing header, premium fuel only. No. So we're going to hit stage 2 without the racing header. Next. I also want to try, after we go out and test this tune, I want to try and get like 0 to 60 comparisons just to see, like, because obviously I can't just go to Mossport and show you the top speed, but I want to show you guys, you know, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference at all personally. Like, probably it'll just allow me to make a little bit more than the base power back when it wasn't modded, this car. But the main thing that I'm trying to fix right now is that it's down on power compared to stock, I believe, because even in the simulator, like the stock car flies away from this on the back stretch versus like what I'm capable of doing in real life. So hopefully this fixes that, because I don't really want to go back to the factory header. I really like the way this car sounds right now with the aftermarket catted header. And yeah, hopefully after, you know, 5 odd years of running this allows us everything to communicate properly. Okay, so now we're entering ECU programming. Do not key off your vehicle or disconnect the device during this process until instructed to. Okay, so okay, now it's flashing. It's doing some crazy stuff here. So I'm gonna go in and grab some water because it's gonna take a long time. And then we're gonna come back when it's done. Okay, so that took like maybe 5-10 minutes. ECU has been written successfully. Now it lights up green. Hopefully that means everything's good to go. Now I have seen online some people say that the throttle position mapping is going to be kind of off, and to do some like full pressing and depressing of the acceleration pedal while the vehicle's on but not running, just to kind of get the ECU to relearn how to figure out the throttle position. So I'm gonna double check that right now just to see what the process is for that. Okay, so right now just sitting in my driveway. When I started it up, it didn't actually do as high of a cold rev as it usually does. It stayed below 1500 RPM the whole time. So right now, that's what we're looking at. We got long-term fuel trim, air-fuel ratio, calculated engine load, timing advanced, status of the fuel system, throttle position. We're idling right where we should be. It was kind of lean when I first started it. It was at like 15.3 to 1 AFR, but now it looks pretty good actually. So I'm gonna close up the garage here. We're gonna go on a drive. Nothing too crazy to start. Just want to get acquainted with how the car behaves with this tune. Make sure to check the permanent P0420 code that's usually present is no longer active. So that's a good sign. Say there is a extra throttle effort needed to get the car started compared to the base map I've noticed such far. Whether that's got to do with the throttle position relearning, I'm not too sure, but yeah, like it does respond, just not as like actively crazy of a surge as it used to on the base map. But otherwise, shift's okay. Idle's okay as well. Got a big van blocking my way here, so I can't make my way onto the main stretch yet. All right, here we go. Trim is currently sitting at 0, so that's good. AFRs look okay. I think the calculated engine load's a little funky, because right now I'm like 20% throttle position and the thing's saying I'm at like 50% load, and then like I'll be at 50% throttle position and it'll say like 100% load. So I think that's a little bit off in my opinion, but we'll see if that fixes itself as you drive, right? RPM. I guess that's it, kind of like trying to claw its way out of the torque dip. But no, so far so good. Like, we'll see once the engine's properly up to temp and the cat opens up and both O2 sensors come into play. But so far from a drivability standpoint, I got no complaints. Lowest I've seen the AFR drop to, is 13.6 on this little chart here. And yeah, long-term fuel trim is staying pretty solid most part when I'm on throttle. Okay, so far so good. I've done a few polls now, and I don't know, like, it's definitely a lot smoother acceleration curve, but like if you're expecting this to like be like adding a turbo kit, it's definitely not. It's really not gonna add a shit ton of power. But what it has done is it makes it run really good. Like, even at wide open, this doesn't go below 12 to 1 AFR anymore. It used to go down to like 10.8, 10.7 sometimes before the tune. Like, it was just dumping fuel. So like, kind of excited about the prospect of maybe marginally better fuel economy as well. It's currently, I think we got, what, 27? Yeah, it's 27 ambient out today. So it's a little warm, but nothing like crazy. Like, fuck, we had almost 40-degree weather last week. It was pretty ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I was sweating so much at my work. So we're gonna try and find like a little straight road just to show you like a nice pull. Now, I don't really do digs because I respect my clutch and my tires, and I don't want to break anything in the drive line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a first year takeaway, but this won't be a launch or anything. So if you're looking for like a proper 0 to 60 from a standstill, like, I wouldn't really use this video to gauge that. About this thing, they are a little noisy, but that's got to be the smoothest that's got to be the smoothest acceleration I've felt out of this thing since it was like, since I got it actually. Even on the stock tune, you still felt it ramp up outside of the torque dip. Now, like, man, well, you saw, right? Like, just linear. Now, I have looked up some dyno plots on the forums, and it's definitely, it's still there. Like, you're not going to tune out this dip 100%. It still exists a little bit after 3 and a little bit before 4, but it's not as substantial, and it's definitely like, there is a power increase across the board. It's not like, oh, it gets to the dip and it's like maybe 5 above and then it peaks at like 20 plus horsepower above stock, way up at the high end of the rev range. No, like, you're making solid amounts of power everywhere with this thing. Now, am I gonna go out of my way to go dyno this thing? No, because I don't care. I don't really care what the number is. I just care about how it feels. And right now, even though, like we just saw, like, can't touch 100K in second gear, unfortunately, but that felt pretty good. 1 through 4 pull there, felt pretty good. And I hope you guys could see up there all the numbers flaking around and stuff, because that's the important part about this whole operation. Ooh, I think that's an LS 460 driven by an old lady and her husband. Very nice. Okay, so just got back from a test drive. The car runs really good, honestly. I got no complaints. Took a little bit to get it to finally work, but ultimately we got it to work off a fluke. And I think that the power band feels much more linear, even though it's not exactly a rocket ship by comparison to the factory tune. But I'm really looking forward to testing this out at Mosport in August to see if my top speed has increased. It's hard to kind of convey the difference that I'm feeling, because you're not driving the car, you're not in the car even with me. I can't really express properly how this has affected the car, but from a drivability standpoint, like, the thing is running really good now. I can tell whatever they've done, and this is just like the base V2 as well. Some people, they'll go nuts, they'll do like ROM Raider and like change their entire table themselves with help from the guys at OFT, just by sending them data logs and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm going to get that far into it or not, but runs really good, man. What can I say? Like, this is awesome. Now, do I think it was worth $1,000 almost? Canadian, mind you. Hard to say, because usually you're paying a pretty good penny to get like an actual tuning company to do this for you as well, right? And then you're spending time data logging for weeks and weeks and weeks. You're going back and forth with the guy, running it on the dynometer numerous times to get about the same, if not a little bit better result, for probably the same, if not more money. So the perceived value of this, it's kind of up to you. This was a big hit. I think if I did this again, I would probably go to like a used V2, but I really wanted to try out this V3 for you guys, because I tried looking up information on this. Nobody's got videos. There's no information on the OFT website about this version. This is like so new to everyone. Nobody's really tried it out. So I hope that you guys, from a consumer standpoint, can really kind of appreciate what I've done here, because I'm almost certain that I'm one of the only guys putting out a video on the V3. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some interval updates, and then obviously the Mosport update. You're going to see firsthand the speed disparity between my run in June versus this upcoming run in August. And I'm really hoping to pick up another 10 kilometers an hour on the back straight at least. You know, that'd be really, that would make this purchase extremely more valuable to me. So yeah, get out there and drive, enjoy the nice weather while we still got it. See you in the next one.